I'm Pastor C.H. Brady, and I'm the senior pastor of Now Faith Apostolic Ministries, a thankful church, and we're located in Rex, Georgia, and Atlanta, Georgia. I often hear that a lot of churches throughout, there's a lot of old people, if you will, and there are no young people in churches. Also hear that the church lacks, there's a lack of men in the church. But at Now Faith, we're a very eclectic church, if you will. We have a mother's board with mothers in their 70s and 80s. And then we have a very young, thriving professional population. We are a diverse, community-driven church. We value where we've been, and we value where we're going.
I remember being at Now Faith at 705 Martin Street prior to God manifesting the promise of us being here at 3406 Rex Road. And there was a process that we went through.
We left 705 Martin Street, which is 105 years old, that facility. And we take that as a foundation. Our church is developing leaders to take us into the next phase of ministry with their same spirit. Being a young pastor, I can relate to young people wanting to fall asleep in church because they think that church is just Sunday. We are not a Sunday-only church. We are a church without walls.
The difference about previous ministries and this ministry and Now Faith is, one, I love this ministry. I came in not knowing anyone, so the love that had overtaken me was basically different than I've ever felt in any other ministry, because no one knew who I was. I didn't know who anybody else was, but they still welcomed me with open arms.
Our hopes are that we can put our imprint in this community. In Clayton County, they consider it a poverty-stricken county. However, it is our responsibility to cause change in the mindset of people.
This ministry is really special to me. It was very life-changing for me. When I came to the ministry, I was on a path of destruction. And when I came to the ministry, it just changed my whole life, brought me from a rough place in my life and put me on the right path. It really has.
Listen, the church has a mandate to speak to the masses of the world. And those languages are through technology, business, entrepreneurship.
For those that know Pastor Brady best, he's an entrepreneur. And one of his main goals is to make sure that those that are around him have the entrepreneurship spirit as well. Where before I would start something but wouldn't necessarily finish because I had a hard time experiencing the process. I could see the promise but was willing to endure the process.
And holistic wellness. We have to make sure that our people are not just fed spiritually, but they're whole. We believe in reconstruction in the social service area. The Department of Family and Children's Services is great, but we believe that the church should be the cornerstone of social services within the community. Listen, I'm from the hood, and I used to experience what it is to be a part of a damaged community. It was my birthplace, and it gave rise to who I am today. I've been preaching since I was 12 years old, and so being called as a child to carry the word with a global evangelistic ministry, God really placed an anointing on my life to reach.
In 2006, when Pastor Brady came over, and we was looking for a pastor, he was recommended by the belated Mary Alice Harrison.
She saw him do a funeral, and everybody told her that was my son.
And what happened is that she knew his mom, so she was asking his mom about Pastor Brady.
They had another preacher. Then the Sunday came after that one, they wanted him back. And we was outside and they called me on my cell And we was getting ready to go have church. And I said, they want us to come back today. And he said, Mom, I'm finna have church. I said, please. I said, please, son, go. I said, I'm gonna be embarrassed. I said, they're my friends. Because I knew them from my neighborhood where I grew up. We get to Thankful, and that was the day they asked him to be their pastor.
Pastor Brady is a Christian. He's saved. And that's what I was looking for, even when we was looking for a pastor. And he is a very benevolent minister, and that's what we was looking for.
Pastor Brady has definitely, I haven't seen a man of God like him in a very long time. As far as his giving spirit, his kind spirit, he's one to teach on, giving. Like, you can't be blessed with a closed hand. He's a giving man, he's a loving man. It doesn't matter what, you've done. He shows so much love, which is ultimately the bigger picture of what we're here for, is to love.
I had a special needs brother who was murdered at the age of 22, right after Bible study. And as I was in my office, my youngest brother came in. He said, Corey's shot. His friend shot him. And so all of this happened within an hour, from closing out Bible study to my brother ultimately losing his life. This event in my life caused me to question God. I asked, why me? That's the biggest question. Why me?
I gave my life up for this church. And in this journey, I've lost a son.
I was broken. And I believe that that's where God met me, in my brokenness.
And losing that son, if I wasn't in this church and I want to serve her, I wouldn't be here. The church has brought that strength to me. And it has given me strength to conquer the world, I believe.
I was able to rebuild from that place. And that is the very place where they're at the point of their need, where they stay in that place and they don't understand that they can rebuild from that place. And that real ministry speaks to the heart of our congregation. It really changed the trajectory of our church. Our church experienced a revival, and it was that same year over 200 members were added to the church.
I was living a life of drugs and in the streets and partying and all kind of other things, that was just self-destruction. And
through Christ, I want to be a part of the rebuilding of those who have been damaged and forgotten.
And when I came here, it just it turned everything around for me,
Because people need hope. Not later, but now. Now, faith.